Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Project Ozone 3. Oh yeah, guys. Today, we're going to continue on with our VoidCraft stuff that we were looking at last episode. Yeah, we ended up dying when we went to the Void Dimension. I didn't really know what I was doing. I went ahead and I did a little bit of research on the mod. Yeah, turns out there is documentation that kind of tells you about different stuff. And there's also this tab here, Mysteries of the Void, Voytek Ritual blocks. And essentially these are supposed to be like quests or like ways to gain knowledge about the mod. Anyway, so really what we have to do is craft this block here, the Voytek Ritual block. So that requires us to have 8 stone brick and then a void crystal. So let's do that real quick. Void crystal and then stone brick. We have some over here. Well, we have stone anyway. So 8 stone brick, easy. And I'll just put that, whoop, wrong one. Put that back in there. Cool, so let's craft this thing and see what happens. So if we do one of those, we get 8 of those things. So did that unlock anything? If we go back in here, oh, and then we're supposed to right click a lone place ritual block. This will open up knowledge. So we have to place it and then right click it with the book. Okay, so we place, right click, and it just says rituals. Okay, very good. So Mysteries of the Void, here we go, Voytek Ritual list. So now it says, this page will display the available rituals that can be invoked to advance your Vaid Mecum knowledge, Mecum, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Words of Power. So it looks like this is a 3-layer ritual, or rituals can be up to 3 layers anyway, and this wants us to do 1 layer. Okay, so there is no other pages. So we just have this. So we need to do the Voytek Ritual block plus a glowstone, prismarine, coal, and magma. Now I think we might have magma. We do. We definitely have coal. And the rest of it was a glowstone and a prismarine brick. So glowstone. Easy. And then prismarine, we need to go down here and convert some quartz into prismarine. So I can't right click it with something in my hand. So we'll place those here, step on the pressure plate, and there we go. Here's some prismarine shards, and that turns into prismarine. Okay, so prismarine brick. Apparently I don't know how to craft this stuff. Ah, you need 9 of them. Of course you do. Why wouldn't you? All right, well, that's easy enough. I'll just grab 5 more quartz. And back over here to the laser thingy. So, did I not? Oh, wait, right. There we go. There's that. Laser. Got it. Cool. All right, so now that we have that, we need to craft that into the block. And here, and then craft that into its block. Okay, so we now have all 4 blocks, and then our Voytek Ritual block. So let's place this guy. And then, of course, we're going to want to reference the book here. Now, I don't know if it matters. Well, I guess it probably matters the order in which these are, but I don't know if it matters like if this one's north or south or east or west. So anyway, we're going to do glowstone, prismarine, coal. So glowstone, prismarine, coal, and then the magma. Okay, so we right click it with the book. Words of Power. Okay. So word flame. We have a new thing that says spells. What just happened here? Words of Power, back, close. Interesting. Main, Mysteries of the Void. Okay, so yeah, we have unlocked this one, Words of Power. As you invoke more and more rituals, you will gain Words of Power. A word, when spoken by right-clicking with a nearby book in hand, will cast magical effects. At least it seems magical. The only explanation is that the book is opening small rifts to specific sections in the void to unleash such powers. Be wary, Voidic magic is highly unstable and prone to explosions. To ready your Vaid Mecum for a word, you must first select a word. This can be done by clicking on the spells button on the bottom left of the book. This thing that we looked at. Words require materials. These can be inside the book itself or in your inventory after you have a word ready to use. Shift right click in the world with your book in hand and it'll change color. You are now ready to use the word by right clicking. Okay, interesting. So let's go back to here, Mysteries of the Void, the ritual list. So we have flame, shock, freeze, and acid spray. All right. Well, flame seems easy. We already have 4 magma blocks, and I think we have netherrack. We have 4 netherrack. Awesome. Okay. So let's place this down, and that is the magma block on the cardinal and the netherrack on the corners. Okay, so there's that. Oop. This, and right click. Word flame. Cool. Word sheath fire. Ooh, this is a 3-dimensional one. Okay, so we are gonna need 9 more magma blocks. We have exactly 9. Let's go. All right, so back to this. It was 1 on the bottom, and then the cardinals, and then the corners. All right, so 1 on the bottom, stone, cardinals, then the corners. So I'm probably gonna need some kind of other block here. Let's grab some cobble. This is fine. And the corners. Like so. Okay, so that should be what we need here. If I right click this thing, boom, sheath fire. Word fireball. Oh my goodness, there's so many different words. And it looks like we had fire originally and then it upgraded to another one. Now it's upgraded to fireball. So it looks like each different one of these, like freeze is probably gonna have multiple ones. Shock is gonna have multiple ones. Okay, interesting. Well, I'm gonna go through and try and knock out as many of these as we can, and then we'll be back, guys. All right, guys, so I have been doing a lot of these different rituals. If we go to our spells tab, we can see that we have a lot of the fire ones, a lot of the ice ones, and a lot of the shock ones. So this one right here, the shock ones, did require a few end rods, so I had to go back to the end to grab those so we can unlock these. I think it required a bunch of end stone and end stone bricks. Pretty much was the whole deal with this one. This one right here, I did have to go back to the Twilight to get a whole lot more snow so I can make snow blocks. It required a bunch of snow and a bunch of ice in order to do this one. And then we saw the fire one. I went to the nether again. I grabbed a whole bunch of these magma blocks. I don't even remember how many I grabbed. Like I vein mined a bunch of them. So we got a lot now. Snow we got a lot of. Ice, a little bit more than what we had before, and I've used some for these rituals. So we've gone through it. Now the next one that we're on, this Voytek Ritual one, does that show what I have unlocked? Ah, there's another tab here. Aha. So there's the, yeah, this one right here required a bunch of slime, and it required green slime to do it. So we have this tree set up here. So I grabbed a bunch of the orange slime, a bunch of the orange slime blocks, right? Took them into the balls, and I put 4, or I guess 8 of them into a 3x3 crafting grid with like green one. And because they weren't all the same type, it turned into a green block. So we got a bunch of the green slime now because of that. Anyway, so I've been doing a lot of stuff off camera here to unlock these different things. Yeah, this one required, this is the one I think that we're working on right now, Sheath. And I think Voidic Touch was part of it. Anyway, those required a bunch of the, oh, what is the block called? These, the Voided Crystal blocks. So we needed a bunch of end steel in order to make this stuff and more of our Voided Crystals. So you can see I have some more end steel grinding balls. In fact, I am cooking up a whole bunch of end steel downstairs right now as we speak. But it looks like we are running low on power here, so it's going really slowly now. Yeah, I cooked up a full stack of dark steel ingots, and then I am turning that into the end steel ingots here. But again, we're not providing enough power for this machine to run effectively. Now, whenever we set this machine up, was it last episode or the episode before? I can't remember. We put in, I think it was like an enhanced hot capacitor, and I was like, oh, this one probably works, but if not, it'll get the machine working. Well, hot is not actually for this machine. It's one that says like smelting, I think. Well, anyway, This one isn't specific for this machine either, but it is a wonder capacitor, so it allows it to have a lot more internal power storage, and since it has more power storage, it can run faster, which makes the machine run faster, I guess. I don't know. It's weird how that all works. Anyway, it makes the machine run faster, and that's all that really matters. So we were in the process of doing this, and this requires hole in reality blocks. Now, I saw those in the void dimension, but I didn't know you could actually mine these. Apparently you can. So we're gonna go to the void dimension here and see if we can mine up some of the hole in reality blocks together. See what happens here. Oh, you know what? I should probably get some food ready to be eaten here. Okay. So hole in reality. I know, yeah, just some right here. I didn't know you could mine these things. I think it said like if you run into them, it does something, but apparently it says it's not harvestable. Whoa, guy. Not cool. Hey. Okay. So that guy just disappeared. So, hole in reality. I don't know how I'm supposed to do that. Am I supposed to find a special... you know what? There's a Voydic tools. If we do void... Is there a pickaxe? There is. So there's a void pickaxe, and then there is a spectral pickaxe, an upgrade. I wonder if one of these or the other will do it. Now, Voydic steel is something that we don't know how to do just yet. Voydic macerator. Oof. Okay, so we could try making this void pickaxe and see if that'll work. All right, so I went ahead and I made the pickaxe and I tried mining it. Still not harvestable, so I'm not sure if I need to do an upgraded pickaxe or if there's another way to get it and we're not supposed to be doing this just yet, or anyway. So I noticed here on the Mysteries of the Void, we have unlocked some other sections, and the Words of Power are the ones that the ritual list is the ones that we've been doing right now. Words of Power is telling us that we can cast the spells. Throwable Potions is talking about how we can make throwable potions with these different ingredients, but it's not telling me exactly how to do this. It says, using your knowledge on Voidic spells, you can create potions that cause some interesting effects upon impacting against the ground. To craft these potions, be sure to shift right-click the alchemical device with your book first. What's the alchemical device? I don't know. These are handy to share with those who cannot cast such spells, unlike yourself. So, yeah, I'm not sure what the alchemical device it's referencing is. I'm sure I can go through JEI and search for alchemical or something, but it doesn't really say. But yeah, there's, I guess, 5 different spells that we can do, right? No, 4 different ones. Okay, but getting back to the voice, this is the newest one that we have unlocked, and it says, I'm sure you've noticed each time you attempt to cast a spell, there's a very good chance you'll explode. Well, I haven't noticed that yet because we haven't tried to cast one. Now you may be wondering where this text is even coming from. I'll just let you know that I, the book, am no ordinary book, but let's stay on topic. Right, on to the explosions bit. I have a task for you. Doing this task will decrease the chance for you to explode by 25%. Currently, your chance is 75%. Okay, so we don't want to cast any spells right now because apparently it's going to make us explode. I'm sure your kind could do math, right? The task is simple. I want you to enter the void and gain some infusion. It won't be much, but I'll let you know when your task is complete. So apparently, we're supposed to go into this dimension here, and I think it's like when we lose like 5 hearts or something, is when we've gained enough infusion. Well, I guess I need to sit here and fight these monsters that keep coming after me. Oh, we just sit here and gain it. But yeah. So I did do a little bit of vein mining here. As you saw in one of the previous clips, when I came in, I picked up a whole bunch of bedrock that I wasn't able to collect previously. I've been going around in the void dimension looking for those plants that we were kind of talking about before. If we go and look at potion, there's this potion which apparently I think prevents the screen from darkening around the edges and prevents you from taking the health damage. Anyway, in order to do that, we need these different fruits, right? Well, I found the Ethereal Fruits. If you fly around and go to like where the void is, this liquid void stuff, sometimes you'll find, I guess, tilled soft bedrock right next to it. Well, I've gone around to all the close ones anyway, and I have harvested all of the plants that I could find. You just right click on them if they're fully grown. So I've done that, and I collected a bunch of bedrock, and then I made the void hoe, I think. Void hoe, yeah. So it's 2 void crystals, obsidian, and diamond. You just right click on the soft bedrock and you can till it and you can plant those seeds. So I've done that in the overworld. I was kind of experimenting around with it to see, you know, how easy or how hard it is for us to plant that stuff and get to grow, and it's really not that bad. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and just wait for this to finish up taking my health away so we can complete this quest, and we'll be right back, guys. Well, after 5 hearts of damage, I did start, or we did complete the quest, and you can see my arms and stuff. There's like stuff growing out of my player character. I tried looking for those spikes before and I wasn't able to see them, but yeah, they are definitely there. We are succumbing to the void. So let's get out of here. We only got 4 hearts remaining. When we go back to the overworld, our health slowly regenerates back, and then the purpleness goes away. Yeah, so over here, like I was talking about before, we have some soft bedrock. It's a 9x9 farm. You have to hydrate the soil with the liquid void stuff here. It floats upwards, similar to like liquid glowstone. So I have that blocked off with this dark glass. And the void seeds will only grow, the ethereal seeds will only grow at light level 2 and lower. So I have dark glass all the way around this thing and all the way down at the bottom we're at light level 0. But I think since this is tilled, it's like slightly lower than 1 block, so nothing can spawn on it. There's no X's that appear there when you are looking for that kind of stuff. I don't know if the AgriCraft sprinklers affect it. I want to think they do, so I put them in here. And then I have down below made 1 additional of these growth crystal tier 2s. We had 1 of them previously sitting right over here underneath our seed analyzer. So I made a second one, hoping that that would make things grow faster. But anyway, getting back to the topic at hand here, these things, in order for us to brew the potions, I guess we can look at this. No, we need void potion. Yeah, in order to brew these potions, we need these different flavors of the ethereal fruit. Apparently, in order to do this, you have to click the ground with different stuff. So like the red ones, I think you have to do with redstone. I haven't tried this yet. So we're gonna do this together and see if we can get this to work. So we need redstone. I think glowstone is another one. So I'll bring both of those. We'll try 2 different seeds here. All right, so redstone, yes, glowstone is not one. I thought it was. Okay. Well, so you can see redstone turn the ground red, and that apparently will make the plant have a different color, I guess. Anyway, so I'll plant that one there. We'll plant this one here. You can see this one's purple, and that one looks a little bit more red. But F3, does that see anything? VoidCraft, ethereal plant age 0. It doesn't really see anything different. Okay, well, I mean, that's pretty much all there is to it. You plant them down, make sure the light level is low, and then they grow. When they get to growth stage or age 7, then you can right-click to harvest them. You get between 0 and 3 seeds, and something like that, I think probably for the fruit as well. Anyway, I will work on that a little bit more in the future here. All right, so if we go back, okay, improved casting. Now this has got that void cloth fabric set that we were looking for. It says you can further decrease your chances of exploding from casting spells by another 25%. Just complete this task. For your next task, simply venture into the void and find a void fortress. Yes, it's that simple. It may be wise to collect a few charred bones while you are there. Well, you know what? We've seen the void fortress before. That's not the end city looking thing. That was the nether fortress looking thing. Now, hopefully we can find it pretty quickly. It shouldn't be that hard to find things here. Yeah, we don't want to go up there because we will die. It shouldn't be that hard to find things in this dimension. There's really not much here. Ooh. We just need to find our opening to wherever that fortress was. Ah, here it is. Oh yeah, there's Voidic parrots too that I've seen here. I'm not really sure what those do, other than drop feathers. I'm not sure why, but yeah, those are the only other mobs, different mobs that I have seen. So I don't know, do I just go into, there we go. We're done. Advancement made. Okay, so if we go back to the book now. Back. VOIDIC control. Okay, well, let's get out of here so the void effect isn't really that strong. Our portal is over here. Okay, so the next quest says VOIDIC control. You may know that VOIDIC infusion inflicts some rather nasty effects upon you. However, you must also know that there are some of these effects that can be beneficial. There are ways to control your infusion effects, in a way to prove more good than bad. Enter the void and allow yourself to be consumed by the VOIDIC infusion. That's the purple stuff. I will anchor your body to the material plane to prevent death long enough for you to gain new power. So essentially it wants me to go there until my health runs out and I die. That's pretty much it. So I guess I'm going to go ahead and do that. I will put a chest here with like things in it so I don't lose everything in the void. I'm sure it won't be that bad, but maybe there's going to be mobs camping or whatever. So anyway, I'll just put all non-essential things in a chest next to the portal here, and we'll be right back, guys. Okay, so we succumb to the void, I guess. Very good. Your infusion has been consumed in order to create your new power. Awesome. So we don't even have to wait. We didn't die. I thought we were going to die. We didn't even have to wait for that void infusion effect to go away. So let's just get out of the void again. And I will put my tools back on the bar where I want them. Yeah, I was expecting us to die and we'd have to go back and collect our stuff. I wasn't really sure what was going to happen there, but apparently it wasn't that destructive. So that is quite nice. Okay, all that stuff is back here. And we can get rid of this chest. Cool. So next thing, empowerment. I've got a new task for you. It's pretty simple. Just hold a void star in your hand. Yep, that's all. This will give you more control over your infusion. You will deal increased damage based on the amount of infusion you have. So I need to get myself a void star. So a void star. It does not look like it's craftable. It is used in some things, so we are gonna have to get it somehow. So infusion, VOIDIC inker. Okay, back this. So I guess we're gonna have to figure out how to get the void stars. I guess I will go through here and see if I can come up with something. All right, so I was going through the bosses section of the book, and we have a corrupted pawn here. And it says, the spawn of the world using a chain skull, and it says upon death, they drop their inner core, the void star. So this is how we get void stars, by fighting the corrupted pawn. It says these deadly entities are very quick, deal massive damage, and have a very large health pool. They attack most other creatures in sight. One must be very prepared before taking one on. Okay, so that gets me thinking, like, I'm not sure I want to take him on just yet. Yeah, we have armor, but only protection 4 armor, and it's not like really great armor. I'm kind of thinking that we should look at getting ourselves the health canisters in order to increase our health overall, so we have more hearts available. So the heart canisters, the red heart ones, yellow heart, green heart. I think we have one green heart. I'm not sure, but we'll have to take a look at that. Anyway, the thing that's preventing us from doing this at this moment is we need to get the canister. Now, the canister seems like that would be pretty easy, but this requires an anti-bone. And I believe anti-bones are only gotten from anti-skeletons, which are skeletons that have gone through antimatter. Now, in order to get antimatter, yeah, that is a thing. Antimatter, according to the wiki for Abyssal Craft mod, says it only generates in corallium infested swamps. Now, we don't have normal terrain generation, so we can't go to a corallium infested swamp as far as I know, unless the Twilight Forest has that, and I'm just not aware of that. So pretty much, as far as I can tell, this is the way that you get it. So we have to make a magicka converter, right? Looks like it requires ember. I'm not exactly sure how all this works. And we have to melt down some kind of ingot. And that gets you 50 millibuckets. Well, a bucket is 1,000, right? So, yeah. We're going to need like 20 different ingots melted down. Now, we've seen these different ingots before. We've collected these. You got those from the Landcraft dimension, right? Landia? Well, I mean, we have this stuff, but we don't have this Magicka converter. So we have to make the blueprint, or I guess get the blueprint, I think. Actually, I'm not sure if you need the blueprint, but this tells you how to do it. And it requires a whole bunch of stuff, guys. So one of the things I'm noticing here is a displacement rune. That's what caught my attention. I was just searching for that a little bit ago. The displacement rune, that's blood magic. And blood magic... it's going to require a bunch of stuff. We need blank runes and these imbued slates. And we've seen blood magic before. None of this is new. But the thing that really kind of is interesting here is we need the imbued inscription tiles, which is these blank inscription tiles wrapped around a mana infused dust. We've seen how to get that. That's 2 redstone. That's not a big deal. But these inscription tiles require all that ironwood. Okay, so now that we're at this point, ironwood we can get from ironwood essence if we start getting into agricraft. That is a tier 3 seed, which requires Botania. And we have to have ourselves 4 blocks of ironwood to get to here. Oh my goodness, guys. There's a lot of stuff going on here in this mod pack. I would love to be able to just grow ironwood. I am really tired of going to the Twilight to look for the other way, this stuff, the raw ironwood materials with the live root in order to get this. We've also seen that we can turn roots into this. So, I mean, we might go this path again and just make a whole bunch of that. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on right now in order for us to proceed. So once again, I find myself in the Twilight Forest. I was coming to the swamp area here to see if we could find any of the mobs from VoidCraft that spawn near swamps. So if we go to the book, where is it, right here? Yeah, if we go to the book and we look at Void Lich, it says only found within a swampland and quite rare. Liches will do a variety, something you can't read it because I got bad guys after me. Liches will do a variety of attacks. These attacks are very deadly, so be prepared. Liches do not like one another and will attack each other on sight. Upon death, they'll drop a void cloth. Void cloth really was a thing that we're after, and I was kind of hoping that we might be able to see those guys spawn here in this swampy area in the Twilight. Unfortunately, we haven't had any luck with those guys spawning, and additionally, I have not seen any of the antimatter stuff here as well. But I was just looking at the mini-map a moment ago, and it seemed like there was something over here which looked kind of like a Shoggoth layer on the mini-map. I'm not exactly sure if that's what this is or is not, but I do want to come over here and kind of take a look regardless and just, you know, verify. See if there is, in fact, other stuff besides the depths ghouls that keep spawning here. Whoa. Careful. So I put a mark, yeah, there is a thing right here in the water. That is exactly what this is, a Shoggoth lair. Interesting. Okay. So we need, yeah, those are the lesser Shoggoths. Those guys produce like ooze and stuff. Yeah, they updated the graphics of these things. They look so weird now. They used to look kind of like a frog almost. Oh, they do damage. Oh, and I don't remember how to kill these things, so we're just gonna back off. Apparently arrows don't work. I think I have to sword them. I don't remember, but yeah, I don't think I am prepared, especially when that thing does like 2 hearts of damage. Okay, we're gonna leave that alone. Well, anyway, that's where those things are. We know about that now. Yeah, back to the overworld, I guess. Okay, so it looks like our crops have grown now. We have this one here. I'm going to right-click on it, so we get 2 ethereal seeds back, and we didn't actually get any fruit. Yeah, so it can drop 0, so we're going to have to regrow that one. This one's done, and that one gave us 2 of the ethereal fruit and 2 of the seeds as well. So we can go ahead and plant both of those back down here. Oh, you lose the redstone when you do that. Interesting. I didn't realize that. Okay, well, that's something new that I just learned. Yeah, so we only got the one Ethereal Fruit, so we're gonna have to plant down a bunch of those. I'll have to look and see what it costs for all of these Ethereal Fruits, for all the different flavors of them. Yeah, I think there's like 5 or 6 different ones that we need in order to brew that potion. But anyway, guys, we've done a lot of stuff today, most of it with that VoidCraft, but we have run out of we ran out of time in this episode for today. Anyway, guys, that is it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.